Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review, and we're back to another anniversary review. And since I reviewed the 20th anniversary of Tarzan, a Disney masterpiece, I call it still, now to review another classic Disney masterpiece from Disney. And not a 20th anniversary this time, but from a 30th anniversary from 1989. And everybody knows the story about this. And it's even given a live action adaptation remake, but more on that later. But everyone knows how this one's always been a classic as well. Especially one of the most classic Disney musicals too as well. That is of The Little Mermaid, another one that I always wanted to review as well. Also another classic film that I absolutely loved growing up as well. Sadly, though, my brother, he's never seen this film all the way through. I don't know why. I don't know why he's never watched this film all the way through. I tell him a lot of times, watch it all the way through. He says no. Sometimes I just don't get him. But The Little Mermaid, everyone knows about the story of The Little Mermaid and how it's always been a classic Disney film. Ever since it came out, it became the first animated film to gross over 100 million, becoming the first animated blockbuster. So that's something, definitely something. And what more can I say about The Little Mermaid? It's another Disney masterpiece. And from the animation from 1989 is well made, still to this day. The characters are always classic characters. The voice cast as well. The songs, especially the main theme. Well, the main song, do 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 under the sea. Voiced by Sebastian, voiced by Samuel E. Wright. Phenomenal job. Under the sea. But yeah. But as I said, I don't need to go further far. We all know this, but really quick, the critical reception got critically acclaimed. There's a 93% Rotten Tomatoes, a high 7.6 on IMDb. Worldwide gross, I believe, was like over 230-some million, around there. But as I said, it was the first animated film to gross past 100 million, so it became the first animated blockbuster. So. And the pacing is very fast. It's only 83 minutes. Definitely fast pace. The story is of the underwater kingdom of Atlantica, King Triton, voiced by Kenneth Mars, who well known for two roles. He voiced Littlefoot's grandfather in the Land Before Time series. All the sequels, including the television series. So Kenneth Mars voiced Littlefoot's grandfather, and also he plays Inspector Kemp from Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein. Yeah, but Kenneth Mars, he voices King Triton, and sadly he's also another actor who's now passed on. May rest in peace. And he's the ruler of Atlantica, and his young daughter, 16-year-old Ariel, she's fascinated about the human world. She's been collecting stuff from the human world, like she picks up this fork, and she doesn't know what a fork is. What is this? Maybe it's a hair comber or something. And with her friend Flounder. And where they get this one ship, and they get attacked by the shark, which you later fight in the first Kingdom Hearts game, the shark. And with Sebastian, who's like the king's supervisor, always keeping a constant eye on her, because tells her don't interfere with the human world and all that stuff. One thing leads to another, where she goes to the surface. She sees a boat, and The people on the boat, they're celebrating Prince Eric, his birthday. Prince Eric. And the voice cast, like Jodi Benson, who's voiced Ariel for a lot of years. She still does a wonderful job as Ariel. Crystal Daniel Barnes as Prince Eric. Like I said, Samuel E. Wright as Sebastian. Jason Murn as Flounder. Kenneth Mars as King Triton. Buddy Hackett as Scuttle, the seagull, who tells her a little bit about the human world. Scuttle. Buddy Hackett is another actor who's another of our comedic actor. But mostly from It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World, who he's partnered with Mickey Rooney, which he does a good job as well. And partly another Eric falls in the ocean, almost drowning. Ariel saves him, and which Prince Eric remembers that the wonderful voice he hears, but Ariel swims away before to avoid being seen. And Eric wants to find the girl who has that wonderful, beautiful voice. King Triton ultimately finds out about this, goes to her secret place where she collects all the stuff from the human world and destroys everything. She gets upset. And ultimately where the two eels, Flotsam and Jetsam, who receive the eyes through Ursula, the Sea Witch, voiced by Pat Carroll. Pat Carroll voices Ursula. She also still the same voices in Kingdom Hearts games as well. She does a really good job as Ursula. So Flotsam and Jetsam take Ariel to see her. Girls together the song, you poor beautiful little thing, and where she tells her she can make a deal where to make you human, make you grow 2 legs, make you human, and make the prince fall in love with you. And you have to sign the contract, and part of the deal is you have to lend me your voice. And if you get him to kiss you, you'll be human. You'll be human, permanent as a human. By the 3rd day, as the sun goes down. So, against what Sebastian says, she signs the contract, gives up her voice, which Ursula keeps in this little shell, and she gets a pair of legs. And since she's human, she has to hurry up to the surface because she can't breathe. And ultimately, she happy she has feet. She's learning how to walk. And Prince Eric finds her. It's like, oh, are you the girl who saved me or has the voice? But she can't speak, so Eric thinks that's not her. But Ariel, she's excited to be with him. Takes him to his castle, and she's learn how at the dinner table. She sees that fork that she's found. She's using it as a comb, but that's not the right way to do it. Or when she takes his pipe and blows smoke in the butler's face. That was funny. And with Sebastian, there's another funny scene where he gets in the fight with the chef Louis. Wants to cook him and eat it, and wants to cook him. Which Louis in the sequel as well is you. But that's enough fun. It's a fun scene where just Louis chasing him and wants to cook him. So, and then with Ursula, with King Triton, he's worried about his daughter, and Ursula watching carefully. And by the time it comes to the 2nd day, and when it's nighttime, they're on a boat together, trying to get him to fall in love and kiss him. And Sebastian gets gets other little critters to hit the beats and rhythms, start singing, and the plan ultimately come close to working if it wasn't for Flotsam and Jetsam to interfere. So Ursula worried that she was getting close, so she comes with a plan. She disguised herself as a woman, as a human woman, using Ariel's voice to lure Eric and hypnotize him to make him forget about Ariel and marry her. But Ariel gets like hurt, but then Scuttle, because they're going to get buried on the boat, and Scuttle sees when Ursula puts the mirror and sees reveals her real form. Scuttle notices that's the Sea Witch. He hurries back and tells Sebastian, and they get all the animal, all the dolphins or the birds, whatever, or seals, or whatever, other sea creatures to interfere with the wedding. But I thought it was funny where just Scuttle goes up and screams in Ursula's face. It's like, ah! And then it snaps. Eric snaps out of the hypnotism and says that Ariel is the girl that she was searching for. But but it's too late. The spell had worn off. She gets her fin back. Ursula gets to her real form, drags her down, and King Triton is there. Tries to save her, but she can't. She's under contract. So, in order for her to do that, you must take her place. Are you willing to do that for your daughter? So he does the sacrifice, and he puts his name in the contract. I said it makes him become like this little thing, which Ursula's done to all the other people who signed contracts in the past. This little thing, I don't know what this little thing is called though, but Ursula, she gets his trident, you could say. She and then becomes like the new ruler of the ocean, and tries to eliminate Ariel. Eric interferes, like throws a harpoon at her, and she inadvertently destroys Flotsam and Jetsam by accident. And then she grows to giant, also in the Kingdom Hearts game, she grows to gigantic size, starts swirling the waters, and brings up broken sunken ships. Eric gets on one of them. He ultimately, but I mentioned, Clayton's death in Tarzan was very dark as well, because you know how it showed the silhouette shadow of him being hanged. But this is also a very dark moment as well, especially with how the animation of the film is how it's well animated, you say. But it's Clayton, you don't see when his neck gets snapped though. You don't see his physically get neck snapped. You don't physically see his neck get snapped because of the vine though. But here, you literally see Eric steer the broken ship from a broken piece of the pointy end of the ship. I forget what the name was though, but you see it actually physically drive it into Ursula, actually piercing into her body. So it's like that death is much more darker than, well, Clayton's death is dark. That to me is one of the darkest deaths in Disney films. But this one is much more darker because you actually see him physically drive it into Ursula, really, really killing her for good. You even see, I think I saw the pointing go right through her back. So yeah, that was a very serious death because he just literally went right through her. Like ah. And then she's dead. She got skewered, and the spell's worn off. King Triton is back to how he was, and so seeing how Eric means to Ariel now, he uses his powers to make Ariel a human, and they both get married, and they both ride off the sunset on the boat. So. Yeah, it's much shorter because what has been said already about the Little Mermaid. We all know the story is. We all know how it turns out. So it's me. Did not need to go like 30 minutes in this whole story, because we all know how it is. We all know the story of it. The villain, the way it is, how the story's told. Now again, the Fantastic Cat. Now, as I mentioned before, this now like all the other because now Disney wants to make every single live action remake of Disney films. Like, so I gave my thoughts on the trailer for Mulan. I'm not sure on. I'm like, especially when people are saying, especially people are freaking out. You know, saying, "Oh, where's Mushu? There's no Mushu in here." like I said about that. But yeah, I'm not sure on Mulan though. But now they're making well, it was announced in 2016 that they're gonna make a live action of The Little Mermaid, and about the casting, who was gonna play, and director Rob Marshall, who's directed musical films as well. Like he directed recently he directed Mary Poppins Returns. He directed other stuff like what? I think he directed. Well, I know he directed the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean film on Stranger Tides, though, but that's not a musical, though. But where is it? Rob Marshall. Yeah, he directed Mary Poppins Returns, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Stranger Tides, the film 9 with Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, he directed Chicago. That's what I also remember from Rob Marshall, Chicago. But he also directed Into the Woods, that which I hated. Yeah, that's a Disney musical I absolutely hated. I did not like Into the Woods. With the various adaptations, with the various tales like with Jack and the Beanstalk, the Cinderella, the Little Red Riding Hood. You know, Johnny Depp looked like a pedophilistic big bad wolf. And then just with the songs were absolutely terrible in Into the Woods. So yeah, I hated Into the Woods. That's one musical I did not like. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fans of musicals in the first place though. But there's been a few I like. I like Little Shop of Horrors. But I'm not a big musical guy, but Rob Marshall, he's directing it, and for the casting, I was thinking who would be cast as Ariel. Well, at one point, you know, there was talks that for I remember a while back though that Chloe Grace Moretz, she was at talks of playing Ariel, but declined. To me, I think she would be a perfect cast member. Even my brother agrees that Chloe Grace Moretz would play a good Ariel. I wish that was the case though, because if you dye her hair red, like she would look like Ariel. To be honest, me and my brother would think, oh, she would be good at casting as Ariel. But I guess there was some girl who played named Haley. What was her name? Haley Bailey it's been cast as Ariel. I don't know who she is. I never heard of her name. So I have no idea, so I can't very much say about her. I have not heard of her, so I don't know. I'm not sure on that. But to me, yeah, my brother and I would think that to me, Chloe Grace Moretz would play good, perfect playing as Ariel. But that was us though. But there was also that Jacob Tremblay would voice Flounder. Now Jacob Tremblay, he got a lot of praise for the film with Owen Wilson, called Wonder. He got a lot of praise for that. But he played that kid from The Predator, you know, the autistic kid who with a freaking predator mask, where he goes out trick-or-treating, where he goes and shoots and blows and kills a guy and blows up the house as well, not thinking nothing of it. It's like, oh, blew up a house. Oh, okay. Goes and walks away. Like, as if it never happened. Yeah, that kid. Yeah, that's Jacob Tremblay. He's going to voice Flounder now. But it talks about the Melissa McCarthy. She's going to play Ursula, which maybe I can see. I don't know who play Ursula, but if I think about it, maybe I could see her. If there's a trailer would come out, then I'll probably see for myself. We have Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. Then this is with a girl Awafina, who she's gonna voice Scuttle. So now in this film, Scuttle's gonna be a female instead of male, like what Buddy Hackett voiced. So Awafina, she's gonna voice Scuttle. Great. And I know because a lot of days they're always switching, like gender swapping for different characters in other films. So And then for who's playing against playing Eric, Prince Eric, Harry Styles. He's the one from the boy band One Direction, and which he starred in the movie Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk. I've seen Dunkirk. Not entirely sure on. I have to rewatch Dunkirk again if I see if I fully like Dunkirk or not. But yeah, Harry Styles, he was in it, which I wouldn't notice. I don't know who he is because I've heard of One Direction, but I'm not a fan of. I've never got a fan of. I was never a fan of any of those bands like One Direction, or what was the other one? Oh, there was another band, I can't think of it though, but still, he's gonna play as Prince Eric, and then playing King Triton, which I was like, really? He's been cast as King Triton. Javier Bardem as King Triton. Yeah, Javier Bardem, who won the Oscar for playing Shigar from No Country for Old Men, playing Captain Salazar from the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean film Dead Men Tell No Tales. And our main bad guy in the James Bond film Skyfall. He's playing King Triton. Yeah. So, that's the cast of right now for the live action. I think it's supposed to be really good, or get a 2020 release. We'll see on that because we got Mulan that's coming out first. So maybe it's supposed to come out maybe later in 2020. But yeah, that's your cast for the live action of The Little Mermaid, but it's not going to touch on the classic of this film. Not by miles. Not by a long shot. But the voice cast in this, Jodi Benson will always be great as voicing Ariel. Samuel L. Wright as Sebastian, Under the Sea. Where else? As Kenneth Mars as King Triton, Buddy Hackett as Scuttle. Christopher Daniel Barnes as Prince Eric, Pat Carroll as Ursula, Jason Murren as Flounder. The whole voice cast is a really great job. And I'm going to mention that it was directed by our two directors, Ron Clements and John Musker, where they both together directed The Great Mouse Detective, then this film, and afterwards they directed Aladdin, Hercules, Treasure Planet, Princess and the Frog, and then Moana. So they both did a wonderful job with the Little Mermaid. I think that would say, well, I like all the movies. Great Mouse Detective is classic. Same with Aladdin, Hercules. But I think this is my favorite to film from both of them. I mean, Moana's good. Princess of the Frog, Treasure Planet. I reviewed Treasure Planet. I think I called it a bit underrated. But Hercules and Aladdin are the two especially from the Renaissance. The Disney Renaissance. I think this is their best film. Definitely another classic masterpiece for such an iconic character like Ariel. They both did a great job. The music by Alan Menken, who did the music for Beauty and the Beast as well. Wonderful music score. The songs are classic as well. Definitely classic, especially Under the Sea. And the animation from 1999 is spot on. And then we'll go on to spawn two more sequels. Well, sequel and then a prequel, which is going to come after next. The Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea. Now, this one I say is one of my favorite of the direct-to-video Disney sequels they did during the time. This also is one of my favorites. One of the better ones to me, I have to say. So, I'll get to this one though. But then, the prequel, Ariel's Beginning, honestly, didn't care for that one because it's a prequel, which leads up to the first film. To me, I think it's a pointless one because I'm not mostly a overall fan of prequels anyway. Because how is it gonna be different? Because it sets up for how we know in the first movie anyway. So yeah, Ariel's Beginning, I honestly don't care for. But this one I think I find much better, and I think it's a better sequel than Ariel's Beginning. And especially when I say it's one of the better of the direct-to-video films they were doing at the time. So yeah, this will be next. But I like Return to the Sea. But this is a Disney masterpiece in and of itself. So yeah, so I don't need to go any further than this. What more can I say? It's a classic, much more classic. It's another Disney masterpiece, like Tarzan, The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. So yeah, as I said, well, it's almost going 30 minutes, and like I said, I wasn't gonna go, but anyway, what more I can say though? Yeah. Oh, another Disney masterpiece. I definitely don't want to give 5 stars out of 5, 10 out of 10, whatever. So yeah, The Little Mermaid. What more can I say? Beyond just a Disney classic, it's another Disney masterpiece. Definitely brings a smile on my face. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next review of the sequel, The Little Mermaid 2: Return to the Sea. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Like I said, watch The Little Mermaid if you've not seen it. Please, I highly recommend it. It's another great Disney film, especially for a great iconic Disney character as well. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Later.